Hey y'all, welcome back for another Alliance War video. This is Season 28, War number 3. Poseidon is facing off F&FF today. And this alliance was a little bit outmatched. I'm not really sure how the algorithms worked this one out, because these guys finished in Platinum 3 last season with a prestige just under 11,000, so we were very clearly a higher ranked alliance. It's nothing against them, it's just that this matchup should not have happened, I don't think. So I'm not really sure what was going on here, but this looked like a fairly easy matchup on paper. So let's go ahead and check out what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Dr. Doom, Human Torch, and Nick Fury, a pretty common set of attackers this season. We're going to go path forward section 1 with the Void there, and we've got 5 fights today, including 1 mini boss and a special cameo boss takedown by Andrew. It's just absolutely stupid. You gotta see it. We're gonna go over to path 8 in section 2, and the mini boss we're taking is the Sorcerer Supreme up at the top, and the Apocalypse boss will be taken down by a crazy fight, so be sure to check it out at the end. Let's go ahead and get into our first fight though. We're looking at a Void here in Section 1. It's our only Section 1 fight, and he's a 5-star at rank 5. So right away, this is a much easier matchup because he's not a 6-star. You can see the boost we have on. We have Nick Fury. I took him up to rank 3, so he is now rank 3 Nick Fury, which is just so awesome. Void's on the steady build-up Fury, long-distance relationship, heal, block, debuff, insult to injury nodes. A little different from last season. It's still basically the same thing. You just don't want to stay too close to him for too long and get those debuffs on you. So Nick Fury is going to shrug him off. I actually forget to shrug off the heal block debuff initially, so I'm taking some damage here from him initially. And then I remember, okay, I need a heavy attack to purify. There it goes. Now we have no debuffs on us. We're not taking damage, and what we need to do is knock him down in order to get rid of the ones that do apply to us. So we've got a few on us right here which are ticking for some decent damage, but we purify it again by knocking him down, bait out that special 2, and I know one more combo with the bleeds is going to finish it. So fairly easy fight to start the war. Nick Fury just so awesome. We get the full attack bonus. He is such a beast. I absolutely love this champion. So 1 fight down. Let's move into section 2, where we are going to take a fight that I don't usually take. It's the encroaching stun node with a thing on it. He's another 5-star at rank 5. I think that's probably why I got to take it, because he wasn't a 6-star. You know the node, it's just encroaching stun. That's the big one. The power node that messes with the power is also kind of annoying here. We used Nick Fury for this fight. This is what we assigned, and I think we all thought it would be a little easier than it actually ended up being. So I have a power back boost on for skill, so whenever I throw that special, it already costs half as much power to throw it, and then because of the damage I'm doing, I'm going to get more back. So I should be able to throw a lot of specials in this fight, but so is he, because it's going to cost him half as much as well. So you can see what we're doing here. We're trying to keep the rock stacks to a minimum with the bleeds that we're attempting to inflict. We're throwing several specials, which is helping, but he still has that protection. And right here, he's awfully close to 2 bars of power. I can't throw a special, but I'm going to have to avoid encroaching stun. And I get lucky, it doesn't quite push him to 3 bars of power. So we're just going to try to bait out this special 2. There we go, we get it out. But a little risky. This fight is in hand. It actually feels very in control to me. I don't think I ever really panicked in this fight, but to an outside observer, I think it looks a little sketchy, especially because I take a hit there. Fortunately, I get up fast enough to throw my special 2 before encroaching stun hits, and I still have my second life to fall back on, so the fact that I know I have that, I think, is what rests my nerves and calms me down with Nick Fury, because I was never really worried about this fight. But right here, we're trying to bait one more special from him. Throws it, throw our special. I got really lucky with the timers for encroaching stun. I never once got hit by it, even though I probably could have survived it by falling back on my second life. Never had to, and we get out of the fight with the full attack bonus achieved. It did take 58 hits though, which is a long fight with encroaching stun there. So kind of an interesting fight, but it all worked out in the end. So very interesting fight behind us. I enjoyed that fight. This fight, not so much. This is a 5-star Hyperion, Buff and balance weakness, opportunist, divine barrier, heal block, passive. So the divine barrier is what kind of prevents a mystic from working here, like Dr. Doom, even though I have him. So I'm going to use Human Torch, and I didn't love this matchup from the very beginning. I threw on one of those boosts that reduce special 3 damage. It's not an invulnerability boost, so I'm going to take some damage from his special 3 when he inevitably throws it. But here I'm taking special 1s on the block to build the temperature and the smolders, which is a common strategy with Hyperion. It's just not one that I prefer. And right here, I'm trying to bait out the special 2 just to avoid that special 3 damage. He's obviously not going to throw it, so I'm just going to launch into my special 2 here. Get as much damage in as I can while he's stunned. I know I'm going to take this and take some damage from it. Fortunately, he's not throwing it yet. I'm getting off some extra damage here, which is cool, but eventually he was going to throw it, and there it goes. So we'll see how much damage I take from it with that reduced boost on. Looks like I'm going to take about like 30% of my health from it, which is still a lot more than I thought I would take. I thought I'd be protected a little more than that. And then I take a few hits to the face, and I don't like fighting against the wall. That's just not my style. Some people can do it. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely suck against the wall. I actually got some really nice heavy intercepts there, though. That really saved me, I think. And he's at another special 3. We're just going to full 5-hit combo into our special, and we still have 54% of our health. So we ended with still a good amount, but that fight did not feel good. It did not feel safe. I was way more panicked throughout that entire fight than I was against Thing, even though you would argue Thing was probably the dodgier, sketchier fight. So kind of interesting. I don't prefer to take Hyperion with Human Torch ever again. Just my personal preference. So let's move on to this last fight in section 2, which is against this Venom. It's another 5-star, so it's a 5-star fight throughout this war for the most part. And this is the buff and balance weakness, rich get richer, divine barrier, heal block, passive node. So this is kind of a weird interaction with Dr. Doom. The divine barrier messes with Doom's ability to stagger and remove the debuffs from Venom. I'm sorry, remove the buffs from Venom. And we're going to have a lot of weaknesses on us because of those buffs, which means we're hitting for like next to nothing. Fortunately, we can still power drain him with the special 1. The node doesn't mess with Doom's ability to power drain. It just messes with the ability to nullify and steal those buffs. So there's the nullify immunity he has now, and we're stealing power, but we actually stole way too much here. I didn't want to get to 2 bars of power. I wanted to stay at special 1s just to power drain him constantly throughout the fight, because he's going to be gaining power through Rich Get Richer. He's always going to have more buffs than me, but that wasn't really an option after I pushed too far. So now we go to the special 3, and we're going to hope that maybe we can keep him in the Doom cycle now and maybe finish him off that way. So after the Doom cycle, he's still stunned. We can still power drain him and steal the power right here. Divine Barrier is on cooldown, so he doesn't actually have any buffs, and we're going to take some shots to the face just to get to the special 3 faster, totally on purpose. We're going to throw another special 3 off. We've got that big Fury, so I think this is going to come pretty close to finishing off the fight. If not, he's just got a few hits left afterwards. And there we go. Kind of an interesting fight, not the way I intended to take it. I intended just to continuously power drain him, but the Doom cycle confirmed still works with that new Mystic Imbalance node or whatever it is, so I guess it sort of prevents Mystics from working there, but they still can, especially Dr. Doom. So yeah, very interesting fight, but glad we got through it relatively easily. That's going to take us to our last fight of the war. We're going to try to one-shot this Sorcerer Supreme, and she is a 6-star rank 3 on the aspect of evolution, special 2 bias. This node didn't really change or get buffed in the off-season, I don't believe. We're going to use Human Torch's Flame On ability here, so we're going to start in Nova form. We've also got an invulnerability boost on, so if she gets to a special 3, we can just tank it. We can tank 3 of them, as long as we don't get hit, and no big deal. Makes it pretty easy. So, she's gaining power at a faster rate. We don't have the Mr. Fantastic Petrify debuff to apply the pre-fight, so we're just kind of going with the flow here, and if she gets to a special 3, it's all good. She actually somehow threw that special before she got the 3rd bar of power. I was shocked. I thought for sure a special 3 was coming, and I completely miss on evading the special 2 there. So I take 2 hits out of my 3 from the invulnerability boost. So I can tank 1 special 3 now. She there was another special 2 right here, and my Nova Flames and Power Stings are doing so much damage to her. This fight is pretty much over. She's down to 10% health. I throw my special 3. I haven't lost any health thanks to the invulnerability boost. And that doesn't finish her, but the Power Sting damage from the special 2 does. So there we go. 3rd war this season, no deaths. Felt pretty good. Some different fights, some very fun fights, but I enjoyed it. And that's going to finish off our war, but we're going to show you a nice little cameo here from Andrew. Andrew the Rough is going to take on this Apocalypse boss with Ghost. So Apocalypse has that true focus node now, right? Which makes it so that he can't miss, or so that you can't miss against him, however you want to phrase it. And this is kind of funny. He uses a Power Start 1 boost, obviously. The Hazard Shift, Poison, Incinerate node is up, so you can see the Furies he's gaining and purifying from those debuffs. And because there's no Protect Global, Ghost still absolutely slaughters this fight. Look at this, 77k on the last hit of that special 2. And look at this, 97k. And he's back to the 3rd bar of power. So obviously he used that tech power back boost as well. But I mean, this is just broken, dude. I mean, no Protect, no problem. True Focus, no problem. Look at Ghost just slaughter it. Absolutely wrecked that fight, no problem. Just kind of a joke watching that, honestly. So this is BG3. You can see the mismatch here. We finished the map. We died 3 times, which is pretty good. I'd say that's probably around our average, probably. They still haven't cleared yet, and they've obviously racked up a number of deaths. So this was clearly a mismatched war. I am not going to show the total deaths on their part, but we did get the win. We cleared, got the attack bonuses, the full exploration, the diversity was tied, but obviously very lopsided. So I'm sure they did the best they could. Credit to them, but you can obviously tell by the number of stars that the defenders had. You can probably assume that their attackers were mostly 5 stars as well, going up against mostly 6-star defense on our part. So just a little bit of a mismatch, and it's fine. You know, they'll bounce back. We're obviously going to be matched a little more equally in our next war, in our future wars going forward, I assume. So this was some good practice for us, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be up against harder opponents, because after this war, we did actually land in the Masters bracket in Tier 1, which is great. That's a great place to be, but it means we're going to be matched up against much tougher alliances. So we know that going forward. So hopefully we can keep up this momentum. 2 wins in a row now, and we're going to try to build on it and go for a 3-1 start for the season. Hopefully we can get there. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, y'all, and we'll catch you in our next video.